Baraka Quadash. The name of the Father is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahweh Shai. In who I reverence and honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe and to the few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. So without further ado, we're going to flow with the Spirit. And there's a lot of contention right now concerning the things that are going on, right? And we do know, brothers, we're being persecuted for what we believe. The reason why you're being persecuted because you have a soul, right? You're uncompromised and you're teaching the truth. So people, guess what? They can't take it out on the Messiah, can they? So they're going to take it out on you. They can't take it out because the Messiah is not here. So they're going to take it out on us. This is where your gang stalking is coming from. It's coming from your government. And we're going to go into that as well. As for your government, they're talking about, oh, they got immigrants. Well, the reason why you have immigrants, why? Because they're fleeing their land to go to another land. Therefore, you have immigrants. Yeah, this is some bullshit.
What is?
The whole flipping society, man. It's wicked. Come on, bro. You already know what it is.
Wicked, bro.
It is, bro. You already know what it is. What's understood don't even have to be explained, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People dying over stuff like this, man.
Yeah.
For what? Brother, I don't know. All I'm going to say is this. I don't know if someone put me on some type of cult list or what, but it's more serious. The whole gang stalking thing, it's more serious than you would think. If you've been put on a cult list, masonry is different, right? People can just leave masonry. When it comes to the occult, that's more harder to leave. Much more hard. So listen, there's all type. You already know what it is. So I'm not really gonna say too much.
Psyops, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because physical wounds heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but spiritual wounds.
Yeah.
Flipping no. Yeah, I'm just staying strong, bro. I'm just staying strong. Yeah. So we're in that time, man. We are in that time. Right? Come on, man. Bear me just a minute. Bro, it's your government, bro. It's your government that are doing this. As soon as I come out, you have tons of people planning and orchestrating stuff, man. As soon as I come out. And we're going to talk on that topic. We're going to talk on the topic of Baba Kishabi. Man, we're going to talk about that topic of oppression, man. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Oh, the immigrants, boats. Bro, this has been happening for years. Oh, you got immigrants coming from different countries. So what? So what? Christopher Columbus, wasn't he an immigrant? He was an immigrant, right? We're going to go to Micah 2. Woe to them that devise iniquity. There's a lot of people devising, planning iniquity. Schemes, man. Right? And work evil upon their beds. So they're also working evil upon their beds. These are the higher elites. These are people that are in positions of power. Why? Because it's in the power. When the morning is like, they practice it. It's morning and it's light. They practice it. As soon as they get up, they practice it. Because it's in the power of their hand. So it's in the power of their hand to practice witchcraft, sorcery, and so forth. And they send these people out as well to play a role. That's what they do. Because it is in the power of their hand. It's in the power of their hand. They have resources, man. They have resources. So they can move these people around easily. Because they got resources to do that. Because it's in the power of their hand. You control the money. You can control people. You can control governments, man. And people reading from a script. And they covet fields and they take them by violence. So there's being fields that are being taken, man, by violence. Because they can pay mercenaries, yeah. They can do that. And houses, and they take them away, so they oppress the man in his house, even the man in his heritage. So they're oppressing the man and they're oppressing his heritage. This is what they do. And they send these fucking idiots out here as well to do the same thing, to oppress a man. Because they're not rebelling against the system, so they're with it, man. They're with the system, man. So oppression is coming from your government. That's where the oppression is coming from. Your government. Which my government is the government of Yahweh Shai. That's where it's coming from. And they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. So when you talk about immigrants and so forth, why are there immigrants that come here? Oh, they're crossing the boat, they're crossing the border. They're crossing the border. Why? Do you think because they want to? There's people that lose their lives crossing the border every single day. They're crossing the border because you went into their land and you probably set up contractors in their land to take resources and turn people against each other. And because they're poor. Because you don't flee into another land unless there's war or there's poverty. That's when you flee into another land. Load of hypocrisy, man. Too much hypocrisy out here. And so they oppress a man in his heritage. Because they have the means of money to do that, man. Oppress people. They have the means of doing that. So you can't complain about, oh, foreigners, and this and that. You're the one that's causing it. That's why you have nations in debt. That's why you have the International Monetary Fund, IMF. From loans, nations loaning and all that. Now we're going to go to Job. Babakasha. And they're going to keep stalking me, but that's okay. Right? This is our fiery trial. Let's go to Job. And I want to start at 24. And it says, why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they not know him? Not see his days? And their whole thing, they don't want me to come out here. As soon as I come out here, you have cars beeping off. And that's when the people, they're not in control, man. These people, they're not in control of themselves. Satan is controlling them. Satan is dictating their moves. Some remove the landmarks. They violently take away the flocks. They feed thereof. So this is what's happened in so-called third world nations, or even if people come from Eastern Europe. You got people complaining. And most of them Eastern Europeans, they're hard workers, man. They work hard. Oh, the foreigners, they're coming over, they're taking our jobs. It's rubbish. They risk their lives to come all the way over here, and they do work. But that's another topic as well. Because you need these people, guess why? Because they're what you call forced labor. So a lot of these people are being hidden, and they're being trafficked, so I don't want to hear rubbish. And you really ain't got nothing to say, oh, we need to bring people to work, and we need to do this. It's rubbish. Most people ain't working. Most people are gang stalking. So this whole program is getting exposed. Big time. The whole program. I'm speaking from experience. Most people are not working. Most people are unemployed and they're gang stalking. It is terrible, isn't it? The government's terrible how they have people riding around stalking other people. Get a real job, babies with it. You probably retired anyway. But you have to be mentally strong. This is a mental battle. It's a mental battle. This is Job 24, Babakasha. Some remove the landmarks and violently take away the flocks and feed thereof. So you got flocks being taken away. The people that have enough money, money talks. You can get people to do your bidding if you have enough money. If you know people, you have enough money, You can get people to do your bidding.
Well, I mean,
So what you see going on, this is money motivated. These are, I'll keep telling you, it's corporations, right? It's false narratives, it's propaganda, and it's all catered to, they got to stop this word, we got to stop him, we got to stop this. Nah, continue teaching, man. Continue teaching, and the Lord's going to come through for us, man. Come on. Everywhere you go, you have to expect this, no matter where you go. These are cults. These are people. They don't want this word to come out. It really, not everyone. It aggravates a lot of people. And guess who's controlling it? People in high places. With technology as well. And the Masons are doing it on a ground level. They're the ones that are making people walk past on the ground level. They're the so-called gatekeepers of this society. So-called. But the gates of hell are not going to prevail against Yahweh Shai. At all. Right? You're a threat. The reason why this is happening to certain brothers, because you're a threat to someone in a high position, and they don't want you to speak these words. And it's corporations as well that are working against you. How do you know? Because wherever you go, you will notice them, they notice you. They drive away the arse of the fatherless. They take away the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth, hide them. You hear that? My gang stalkers, the beep, beep. That means, when you hear the beeping, that means more people are gonna come out of nowhere. See, I've mastered this too. And it says, they drive away the arse of the fatherless, they take away the widow's ox for a pledge. For an agreement, right? They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. So you got people that are poor. Before you, listen, clean up your own mess. If you're complaining about the state of society, well, is it the citizens that are doing it? It's the government, because government means govern the mind. So you need to clean up the mess you made. But that's what happens when you got the wrong people in power. They mess it up. Oh, conservatives, Labour. Bro, they're bad as each other. Controlled opposition. One says they're going to do one thing, another says they're going to do the other. They're all in bed with each other. They all work for the same company. 7-Up, Coke, Tango. Same company, right? But they're acting like they're in competition with each other. It's all rigged. The whole politics things is rigged. Because those that have, I forgot, Maya Amshar Bauer, I care not who controls, who's in control. I forgot how it goes to that quote, that famous quote. As long as I have control of a nation's money, I don't care who's in control. Because when you control the money via banking, you control the government. Therefore, you control the minds of the people. Right? They don't like that. That's why they're beeping. And we got to bring this word out. We're shaking a lot of fetters out here, man. And I find it appalling. It's disgusting. It's disgusting how they use the common citizens against other people, to turn against other people. Listen, we're not no victims here. We're not going to be victimized as well. We're not going to be victimized. We're going to come out here. We're going to speak this truth. Right? And guess who's in power? When it comes to the UK, guess what type of people you got in power? Oh, the Nazis. They were done away with. The Nazis. They were done away with. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. The Nazis were never done away with. Never. They were put in positions of power, which is even more dangerous. So, when we talk about the Nazis, and look, why I ain't scared to speak the truth, right there, brother?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Brother. You know you're an Israelite, right?
All right.
You know about Israelite Desmond Decker?
I know Desmond Decker.
Yeah, Israelites. You're an Israelite now. So, guess what? The Nazis weren't done away with. They were put in positions of authority. So, guess what? You know when you're boarding a flight, You know the same people that you got to show your passport to? Nazis. Your fire brigade, I'm not saying that I want to get a lot of slack because of this now. Even your fire brigade, a lot of them don't want to really save no black people if their house is burning. And there's been reports of that. So you even got people within the fire brigade that are Nazis that don't like so-called blacks. Your police, it's a known fact. Racism within the police force. Nazis. Even in the schools, you got people that don't, you got teachers that don't like black people. So you got to understand, racism hasn't really been done away with. It hasn't. It's still here. And you got people in positions of power that don't like to hear what we're saying. Right? You think a conservative is Labour? Who's to say there ain't Nazis up in that party, man? Because England is a communist state now. It's a communist state. And they keep sending these familiar spirits my way as well. There's a whole load of things going on, brother. I'm just trying to stay as calm as possible, man. Stay in the spirit. All this is meant to shake you from your faith. That's all it's meant to do. But listen, man. You got people saying, oh, well, slavery was about 500 years ago. But it happened. Slavery happened, right? So what? You just completely take it out of the textbooks? Completely? No, it happened. Every other nation had their reparations except from us. Every other nation. You go to London, you go to main London, China, they have reparations. They have their own little spot in London. Except from our people, we ain't been given that, man. But it doesn't matter because we gonna get that justice anyway. We gonna get it anyway. That's why you got certain people complaining in high positions. Get over it. Right? You even got airplanes stalking us as well. Well, guess what? You know that's coming from the government. Because now if you say, well, who does the plane belong to? Who does that plane belong to? They can't tell you, we don't know. Because it's an airline, it says British Airways. So it's your government that is targeting you brothers that are teaching this word. And they have this thing of projecting as well. You signed a petition to get a man that you wanted in office, that people wanted in office. Rubbish. If you really wanted him out, he'd be out, point blank period, by the people that put him in. So don't give me that rubbish, man. But these people, they're not none the wiser. They're none the wise. And that's what you're going to learn. Come on, man. And it says, Baba Kishar, behold, as wild asses in the desert, go they forth to their work, rise and beat hands for a prey. The wilderness yielded food for them and their children. They reap every one of us corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? It's people in positions of power. A man that's poor, a poor man can't oppress you in terms of money and riches, and he can't do that because he hasn't got the means of doing that. It's always been rich versus poor. It's always been evil versus good. They cause the naked to lay lodge without clothing, and they have no covering in the cold. It's freezing. Well, it ain't freezing, but it is cold. And it says they cause the naked to lodge without clothing. Really, according to the people that rule the world, there shouldn't be, in Britain, there shouldn't be no one that's homeless. The elites, they have enough money to feed the whole entire population. Trillionaires. Trillions. People telling me there's no such thing as trillion. Nah, there is. A trillion is billion times a billion. Which add to they have enough wealth to do that. So this is all rigged. This is all rigged. All of it. Even your politics. I call it politricks. Right? It's politricks because they're tricking your mind. Heard it years and years and years and years and years and years. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. Nothing changes. Wasting money, fixing the roads and all that. That's all I see them waste money on. Fixing the road. Oh, the roads are messed up. You wasting money. These people are taking major trips. Taking holidays with taxpayers' money. They're not doing anything. They're not doing diddly squat. They're just lying to you, giving you false promises. That's why you got to put your trust in the Lord. And not so much in politics. That's where you want your faith. Okay? Just nothing but false promises. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're going to help the poor. Then every single time it just gets worse. The poor get more oppressed. All right? So that's all that happens. The poor get oppressed. The rich get richer. And the poor get poorer. Right? Thank you, sister. So guess what we got to do? We got to fight against this. And the only way, guess who the only ones who's going to deliver us? Yahweh Shai. So you even got women vouching for us as well, man. You got the women vouching for us as well. Listen, the trick, let me tell you what the trick is. The trick is to have you thinking this is a psychological operation on all the brothers that are teaching this word. The government's trick, and yeah, they've hired certain people, is to, turn people against you. That's why the best thing you can do is don't turn cold, don't turn negative, and the best thing you can do is come out here and reason with the public as well and let them know what's happening. And don't think everybody's against you, because everybody ain't against you. That's what they want you to think. That's a psychological operation. If they can turn you against yourself, have you freezing, nobody likes me, then they've won. Then you get defeated. There's people, you see it, there's people on your comment boards, there's people that are subscribing. So you have to be strong in this faith. She's smiling. Another woman that ran past is smiling everything. She tried to keep a straight face. She can't keep it for too long. Yes, brother. Yeah, put this on pause. You're going to stop by it.
It was.
Serious.
People.
Yeah.
Right? And then what I've come to realize is that's the whole point. It's just a psychological thing. Because I'm still here.
It's clearly, but you've
you've
witnessed all that as well with the directed conversation. Like you have a couple and they would discuss something you've done during the day. You get that as well.
Stuff like people talking about the clothes that you're wearing at the time and describing you and things like
Yeah,
that.
family.
Right.
Now the electric part of it, they also use electrics as well. They do all that. Yeah. They shock you. That's what they do. As you said, they torture people as well.
Yeah, they torture people to death.
This is what they do.
This is what I'm saying. It doesn't. That just won't work. They've tried all of that. That's why it's all gone psychological now. It's all psychological,
and it backfires.
It's got to be your choice.
Yeah.
It's got to be your choice. That's the whole thing with it. The whole thing with the good and evil, right? The whole thing with Satan versus God. Yeah. It's like an agreement that they have, where if the devil can make everyone voluntarily turn their back on God, God will destroy the earth. But that's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
But this is, bro.
But
it's
that's
just
the war. That's the real war. It's all about. That's why God gave you free will. That's what it's all about. It's all about your free will. So that's why these people can't just come and kill you.
Oh, they know that there's spiritual laws in place.
Exactly. So what they want you to do is get to a place where you'll do it to yourself because of the psychological pressure.
They want me to self-destruct.
Exactly. So the more they carry on the same tactics, for me, the more it tells me that they have to do it this way, and it's not working, and they're ramping it up. And the fact that it's still happening is just lets me know I'm doing the right thing. It lets me know that I'm still strong and I've got God on my side. Yeah. If God's with us, who could be against us?
Yeah, I know, brother. I want Yahweh Shai. I'm not gonna lie. Scripts about being patient. I just want him to really judge these gang stalkers, man.
Yeah, time's coming, bro. Judgment day soon be a come.
Because one must say, that ain't right. You shouldn't wish death on it. I want him to judge these gangsters because what they're doing, they're committing crimes, man.
Yeah, they've sold their own poison, bro. They've sold their own poison. When push comes to shove and the day comes, every last one of us will be on our knees before God, trying to justify every single decision we've ever made. Imagine that will take a lot longer than your lives took to live. Yeah. And how are these people going to justify 20 years of gang stalking people or 30 years of doing Satan's bidding. How are you going to explain that to God?
They move people in. So if you move into an area,
Yeah.
they move a whole load of people into the area to watch one person.
Yeah.
To monitor them in their households. I know they've wired up my household as well. They wired it up before I moved in. And I kind of did know it would happen when I moved to another area. I did know, well, yeah, it's going to follow me in another place.
Yeah.
But my whole thing, obviously I don't fear that because I wouldn't be out here teaching. I go to different places. I went Croydon yesterday, same thing.
Yeah.
It ramped up. They had everybody walking out. But I've told you, there's technology that's involved in this. Because they're not all psychic. So it's someone with technology and an app. It's the government.
Well, listen, bro, I've got to get back to work because I'm already late.
Again, thank you for your words, brother.
Always,
it helps, man.
Come on, man.
It helps. All right, shalom.
Remember, bro, if God's with us,
who can be against us? All right, thank you, brother. All right, beautiful. As he said it. You know what? See, that's why you need to be out here, man. Satan wants us to submit to him.
That's it.
I like your veneers. Right?
They're not veneers, they're implant.
Is it? Yeah, look real nice. So, guess what we have to do? We have to stay strong. We're going to continue as well. You heard that brother right there. Right, we have to stay strong. We have to stay strong. He said it. It's about submission. It's all about submission, man. Right? It's all about submission. He said it. Right? Baba Kishar, some brothers will die. Some brothers will, man. It's about submitting to the hierarchy of Satan. There is. It's a war. Very. And it says, Baba Kishar, they that cause the naked to lodge without clothing, they have no covering in the cold. So we're still on the topic of oppression. We're not scared. If we were scared, we wouldn't be out here. We wouldn't be traveling different places. Right? No surrender, no retreat. Another airline that's gang stalking, remember? Satan is gang stalking the world. Satan is gang stalking the world right now. You got these occults, these occultists, these witches, these warlocks. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of shelter. So this is why you have people sleeping under certain business buildings. Was it a year ago? You had a police officer that was what? Kicking this man's tent, kicking his tent. He got arrested. Because that was an example of oppression. There's so much oppression that's happening in this kingdom. We're living in an oppressive system, man. And I want to be free. I mean, guess what? We are free. Through Yahweh Shai. Oh, man. And it says, they pluck the fatherless from the breast and take the pleasure of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing. They take away the shift from the hungry. The shift would be wheat. So they take away the shift from the hungry. That's what they do. They take it away. They don't want people to be self-sufficient. Are you crazy? They don't want you to be self-sufficient. Because if you're self-sufficient, you'll be able to provide for yourself. You'll be able to build a kingdom for yourself. They don't want you to know that. That's why they have to dumb you down. That's why they have to hit you with frequencies to dumb you down. They don't want you to be self-sufficient. They don't want you to really provide for yourself. Right? They don't want that. And it says, which maketh oil within their walls and tread their wine presses and suffer thirst. Men drown for... And guess what? If anything was to happen to me, God forbid, you know it was your government and your gang stalkers. And it says, I'm going to check this out. Men drown from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out, yet God layeth not the folly to them. Right? So this is really, really real. Right? This is real. Bear me just a minute. Panic of the gang stalkers, man. Yes, about that brother was right. It's about submission. It's about getting you to submit. He understands the war. See, that brother clued up. He understands the war. But the only thing is the elect, we're justified. Oh, the sun's coming out now. That's beautiful. Needed that vitamin D. Oh, we're going to have to endure. Everything we're going through, we're going to have to endure it. These are witches. These are witches. These are warlocks, man. These are the occult. And guess who sent them out? The elites. Different brothers. Remember, we've been studied. Oh, this guy is a threat. We're gonna have to send everybody out to him. We're gonna have to put him on a government agency list. We're gonna have to send the occult. We're gonna have to do. Yeah. It's all about this whole society. It's all about submission, man. But what did he say? If God be for us, if Yahweh shall be for us, who can be against us? Who can be against us? Yeah, look what happened when they killed. Look what happened when they killed Yahweh Shai. Look what happened. Look what happened when they killed Yahweh Shai. He came back. And look how the church grew. They that are those that rebel against the light. So you got people, they're rebelling against this light. They're rebelling. And remember, the whole world, so I want to say this, the whole world is being gang-stalked. The whole entire world. It's just that some don't know that. Some don't know, some do know. The whole entire world is being gaslighted. Everybody's gaslighting each other. That's the world system. But we have to overcome, and we have overcome by the blood of the Lamb. Right? They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night as a thief. And I also have the adulterer waiting for the twilight, saying, no eye see me in the skies of his face. In the dark they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. This is getting deep. Let me slow down. It says they dig through houses. They dig through houses. That sounds like contracting, right? I want that house. You even got that happening as well. I like that house. Oh, you got some Negroes living in a nice flashy apartment. I want that. Let's see if we can buy them out. We're going to do something to get them out of that. You got people that have the money to do that. They have enough money to buy out your whole community. Your whole community. Move people in. Move people out. They have the means of doing that. And they mark them for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light, because they're evil. For the morning is to them as even as the shadow of death. If one knoweth them, they are in the terrors of shadows of death. He is swift as waters. Their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way. Right? Of the vineyards, drought and heat consume the snow. Water so doth the grave those who have sinned. The wound shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall no more be remembered, and his wickedness shall be broken as a tree. And evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up. No man is sure of life, though it be given to him to be in safety. Whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exhorted for a little while, but are gone. Where is Philip? Exhorted for a lot, but are gone. This is some deep stuff I'm going into right here. Deep. And it says, Baba Kushar, they are exhorted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other and cut off from the top of the ears of the corn. If it be not so now, who will make me a liar and my speech nothing worth? Real oppression, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We have to rise up out of this, and the Lord's going to be the one that gets us out of this situation. I always say it's too much for you to do yourself. You need the Lord. You need Yahweh Shai. Right? Most of the people, they're compromised. They may want to help you, but they can't because they're compromised by Satan. So the only one you can run to is Yahweh Shai. That's the only one you can run to. Right? Like that song from Escape. Who can you run to? Who can you remember that? Hey, that's a heavy song. Who can you run to? Anyways, let's get back to it. All jokes aside, Yahweh Shai, if he be for us, who can be against us? Woo! Man, not many people can do what you do. Not many people can do what you're doing right now. They can't. They try to. Maybe they try for a week, maybe they try for a month, maybe they try for 2 years, maybe they try for 5 years, but eventually they gave in. They gave in to the pressures of society. It's about pressure. Pressure from above. Pressure from above. Pressure from below. It's pressure. But that's why we got to stay strong. In Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's given us the tools we need as well. Prayer, fasting. Right? That's our tools. Right? That's how we overcome. Through prayer. The scripture says that. Pray without ceasing. Right? Alright then. How you doing? You okay?
No.
Right. So that's what we got to do. We got to pray. And we got to pray without ceasing, man. Constantly. Okay? Satan's just waiting. Oh, is he gonna... Yeah, wait, that brother... This is why I love when other people can tell you stuff and give you clarity. Satan can't force you to do nothing, but he will apply pressure. That's what he does. Faces all swell up as well. Bear with me a minute. He applies pressure. That's what Satan does. Applies pressure so you can give in. Excuse me just a minute. Yeah, my face is a bit swell up. This is where they be hitting me with them frequencies, man. But so what anyway? So what? Hey, what's soldiers for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man? What's soldiers, man? So where else? What else have we got? What else have we got? Baba Kashar. So we went to that Baba Kashar. Listen, you got to take this to the Lord. Baba Kashar. We're also going to go to Job 5 and 11. To set up on high those that be low, and those that mourn shall be exalted to safety. And another thing I want to say is, try not to complain too much and be careful who you're complaining to. So you don't want to go to a gang stalker or a member of the occult and discuss with them the troubles you're having. And so you don't really want to do that. Because remember, they're reporting back to someone. Remember, they're doing that. They're reporting back to someone. Whether we live or die, we're still with Yahweh Shai anyway. Don't you understand? Most people, they don't want to do what they have to. They don't want to do these things that they're doing, but they have to. It's a battle between good and evil. This is how you know the devil's real. It's a battle between good and evil. Pick a side. And that man did say, there is free will. There's free will. There's free will. But that free will is choosing whether you want to do evil or good. What side are you on? You pick the Lord's, then we're living in a satanic kingdom. You got to be prepared for all them demonic forces to come your way. But you still have Yahweh Shai. Satan's attacks are limited as well. Limited. Got my fucking face, got my face all swollen up out here. And the only reason Satan can torture you, because he's been given permission to. He's been given permission to do certain things. There's spiritual laws in place. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So just know there's a lot of things happen that the Lord is disappointing their enterprise. Oh yes, it's being disappointed. So certain things they're doing, it's not having a full effect. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. So they're not going to be able to perform it completely, 100%. They're not going to be able to do that. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, so they're going to be taken in their own craftiness as well. Taken. All that crafty business you're doing, you're trying to work, all that voodoo, all them hexes, all them spells, all that magic, all that occult business, right? All that skullduggery, you're going to be taken in your own craftiness, man. And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They're having counsels, man. Right? They got a script. Yeah, let's see if we can demonize this guy. Still not working. Let's see if we can get the public to turn against him. Let's see if we can sign a petition. You know? A petition don't mean shit. It really don't. It don't. Right? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. So there's counsels being had concerning the brothers, man. But that's carried headlong to no avail. They meet with darkness in the daytime. It's daytime right now. They meet with darkness. So what's the meeting? It says they meet with darkness. So what's the darkness? Evil, right? Evil counsels, man. Evil legislations that are being passed. Yeah, we gotta get these individuals off the street. We gotta stop it. And then they love to use that word it. I don't know what it is. It. Right? They love to use that word. Right? Well, guess what? It ain't like you. And the reason why they say that, because they can't understand us. We are from above, you are from below. Right? I don't understand it. And it says, Baba Kishore. So they're meeting with darkness in the daytime. And the darkness, right, is what? The darkness is what? Wicked legislation. And grope in the noonday as in the night. So they're groping in the noonday as in the night. They're panicking as in the night. Right there. Hi. So it's based on Satanism as well. Right? This kingdom is also based on Satanism. Now you know the truth, bro. I wish I knew some of these things earlier. I really wish I did. Right? Okay. Imagine being raised up in the occult. Imagine that. Being raised in the occult without even realizing. And the Lord delivering you from the occult as well. I got so much stories to tell. Man. And the occult, guess what? The occult runs this world, bro. But to be delivered from that, that's a blessing. That is a blessing, man. To be delivered from all of that. Listen, bro, we are free for Yahweh Shai Mashiach. We are free. All right, we just got to keep moving on. Keep pushing on. It's psychological. The battle, they can't defeat you anyway. They can't defeat you in the physical. So now they're trying to defeat us in the spiritual. They can't do it. As long as you know who you are. Yahweh Shai knew who he was. He knew who he was. So he couldn't be swayed. Because he knew his identity in Yahweh Shai. And that's how we have to be as well. Right? Soldiers for Yahweh Shai. So we're going to go back to Job 5 and 12. Just trust in him. And I want to say this as well. What's this bringing out of you? What's it bringing out of you? Is it bringing you closer to Yahweh Shai? Is it? It should be. Right? It should be bringing you closer to Yahweh Shai. If so-called gangster don't bring you closer to Yahweh Shai, I don't know what to tell you. It should be bringing you closer. It should be building you up. Right? And I want to say this as well. Remember, this is a pyramid type of system. Pyramid system. So the people that are reporting, the people that are walking about, they're making a phone call. That person's making a phone call. That person's making a phone call. That person's making a phone call. And that person's making a phone call. And guess who that's going back to? The leaders of society. What did he do today? What has he done today? This is about control. Satan wants control. I've said it before. He wants 100% participation. Nothing less. That's what he wants. He wants that alliance. He wants initiation. Through your consent. And if you're not doing that, you better be prepared for all-out warfare. All-out warfare. Because he sees, hold on, I own this, I own that, I own that company. I'm talking about Satan. I own that company, I own that, I own this, I own them, I own him. Oh, this person, I used to have them. I don't have them anymore. So let me declare war upon them. This is spiritual. This, I wish I knew these things earlier. I wish I did. But now I know. Now I know. So now we're supposed to fight this thing out. Right? And the bikes. So lucky, I gotta stop doing that. Looking to the left and the right. The whole bikes, why they go past? Because that's trying to get my attention. A lot of this is witchcraft. So with these lessons, it also shows you that this society, is operating in witchcraft, high-level witchcraft. Every corner. Every turn. Man, we need, please, Yahweh Shai Baba Kashah. Yahweh Ba'Ishem Yahweh Shai, come back, deliver your elect. But he saveth the poor from the sword. So just know you're going to be saved from that sword. From destruction. From their mouth and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. So we have hope. We just have to wait. See, they're just going to walk past. See, that's what they do. Walk. They just walk in circles, bruh. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what these people are doing. Because I know it only leads to death. They know they can't destroy you. They know they can't destroy you. If you're in Yahweh Shai, you're indestructible, man. You're indestructible.
My
right?
Words, because HSBC.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Still useless, man. That's probably not even our real hair. That's probably a weave as well, baby. And it says, Baba Kisha. So, listen. Prepare. The man said something to me as well. This ain't reality. The man said something this is not reality, bruh. Now you know the truth, brothers, man. Now you know the truth. Everything is staged. From the moment you step out, everything is staged. Everything is directed towards you. Everything is directed towards you. Everything. But also, your perception does matter as well. Your perception on certain things as well is very, very, very important. So on certain things, change your perception as well. Not everyone is against you. Yeah, there's a lot of people, not everyone. You also have supporters. You also have people that are inspired, that admire you. Right? She looked angry, baby. You also got people that are inspired by you as well. Believe it or not. Man, Oh yeah, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, 100%. Right? And we're going to go to Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. There ain't no real love out here. The love of many is waxing cold. People don't love each other. They don't love each other. They're in the spirit of comply or die. They don't love each other. They don't. Their love is fickle. But one thing, when the Lord says he loves you, you're mine, he means that. He absolutely means that. Right? And it says, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that endureth endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So it says, endure unto the end. You have to endure unto the end, man. We don't know how long that's going to be, but I don't believe this place has another... I don't believe it has no longer than 5 years. I don't believe that because the prophecies are speeding up so quick. All we need to do is just... I don't want to say survive because, you know, when you say survive, that sounds like you're desperate. You're not really living. No. Forget survival mode, because when you're in survival mode, you're not trusting in the Lord. So we want to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shev Yahushai, at all cost. Right? Trust in him. Okay? And they're sending their witches and their warlocks again. Yeah, they're sending the witches and the warlocks again, everywhere, to harvest my energy, to try harvest my energy. And it says, Babakashah, and the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. So this word needs to be preached for a witness unto all nations. So all nations need to hear it.
Amen.
All right, sister, yes. So all nations need to hear this gospel, which is the good news. So we're preaching the good tidings of and the coming of Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, in hopes that we will be saved in these last days. You experience all this warfare. Listen, something good's... A woman told me. 2 women were saying something good's going to happen for him. Of course. If you're doing all this good and evil's happening to you, there's a blessing. Now, evil happens to bad people, but evil also happens to good people. But the reason why it's happening because we're standing firm in this truth. And when shall the end come? So this word has to be preached unto all nations. Right? Lovely teeth that you got right there. Lovely. And it says, Bible Kusha, and unto the end. So we don't know when the end's going to be, but Yahweh has showed us the signs of the end. Right? So we have to hold on. Hold on, clear. Bro, your prayer game, listen, you better be in that prayer closet. And I've said something. Don't worry when it comes to prayer. Oh, but what if I'm praying? I'm in my room and people hear me and they think I'm mad. So what? Pray. You pray. Pray. Without ceasing. Right? You give them supplications to Yahweh Shai. Whatever you're dealing with. Yahweh Shai, give me more strength. Give me more mental fortitude. Give me more balance. Give me more structure. Send the right people in my life. The right people, by the way. The right people. Pray for this stuff. Because this world is governed. You didn't realize. Now you know this world is governed by Satan. So the people that you're going to come across today, these days, guess what? They're going to have a lot of familiar, witchcrafty type of spirit. These are the people that you have to talk to because you have to work. You have to network unless you work for yourself. But you still, even if you work for yourself, you still have to network with people. So the people that you be coming across are those that are juiced in to the matrix. So that's why Yahweh told us we're in the world, but we're not of the world. So you're gonna have to figure out how to network with people and still keep yourself without compromising. And yes, you can do that because but not everybody has sold their soul. A lot of people have, but not everybody. Right? And see what else we got. John 17. And I want to jump straight to verse 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world. The Lord ain't praying for this whole world. I pray for them. Who's them? The elect. That's the ones he's praying for, the elect. I pray for them, all right? Not the world. So the Lord he's not concerned with this world. But for them which has given me, for they are dying, and mine are dying, and dying are mine, and I'm glorified in them, and now I am in no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I am come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thy own name those that has given me, that they may be one as we are. Right? So keep them. So what in this world, but what kept from the evil. Okay. See what else we got. And I want to go to Psalm 68 and 19. Blessed be the Lord Jehovah, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Heavenly Father, the Lord, belong the issues from death. Don't let these people scare you. Dead. Still ain't dead yet. You're going to die. Wait. The issues of death belong to the Lord. He controls that. Not you, dumbass. Right? The Lord might want you to be here for another 4, 5, 6, 7, well, actually, for another 2 years. You don't know. That's all in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But God shall wound the head of his enemies, and have his scalp of such as one as goeth on still in their trespasses. Right? So we went to that Baba Kishon. Fully got to depend on the Lord. Fully. Cursed be he that putteth his trust in man. You can't even trust in man. You can't even trust in the people that are closest to you. You got to put your trust in the Lord Jehovah Shai. Right? Isaiah. He that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. Now I understand what these words mean. He that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. To who? To evil. And it displeased the Lord Jehovah Shai that there was no judgment at that particular time, even though the Lord's sitting on the right hand. The Lord Jehovah Shai is sitting on the right hand of the Heavenly Father. Alright, listen. Alright, the reward brothers are going to get is going to be, it's going to be something else. It's going to be something else. That reward that we're going to receive is going to be above what you even can imagine. Right? It's going to be beautiful, man. Hold on. Just hold on. Yahshua's going to come through. Read the book of Job. Job was tried. There was a conversation going on. Between Satan and Yahweh, the Heavenly Father. Hey, this your servant? Let me mess with him. Let me do this. Let me take that away from him. Let me take this away from him. Let's see if he's still going to have that faith. Let's see if he's still going to believe. This is the battle. We're going to go to Job. Go to Job. This is Job 2. Baba Kasha. We got Job 2. And, Job 2. And again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So Satan presents himself before the Lord Yahweh. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So the Heavenly Father said, where did you just come from? Where you just been? And he said, from going to and fro in the earth. So Satan's in the spiritual realm. From going to and fro in it. Key thing. To and fro in the earth. So as I'm speaking now, Satan is to and fro in the earth, Using people's vessels, man. To and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Walking up and down. Whew. Why don't brothers really get into the depths of the scripture? Walking up and down in it. We know he can't be everywhere at once, so he's using people. He jumps in people's vessels through initiation, walking up and down in it. So you're telling me the devil can't watch you? Of course he can watch you. Of course he can watch you, because he's walking up and down in it. That's why he's able to monitor you. So easy. And it says Baba Kashar, walking up and down in it. Right? And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? They're having a conversation. Satan and the Heavenly Father are having conversations out here, man. Right? From walking up and down it. And Satan said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? Look, this is one of my servants. Look at him. And this is happening in the spiritual realm. Right? Chemtrail directly over my head as well. I'm going to get out of this soon. And it says, how could I consider my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he hold fast his integrity. Although thou movest me against him, to destroy him without a cause. Although thou movest me against him. So Satan's trying to move, he's trying to get the Father to come up against us and discard us. This is what's going on. Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without a cause. So this means he would need some type of cause. This is where your so-called gang stalking comes from. The enemy would need a cause to destroy you, right? A cause. This is where you get your setups. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yeah? All that a man will he give for his life. So you got Satan, yes. I'm letting you know, there's no rebellion here. No rebellion. Satan's actually, he needs permission. Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yeah, all that a man might have will give for his life. But put forth thy hand and touch his bone, and his flesh, and he will curse you to thy face. Touch him. Just a little bit of no torture. And he will curse you to your face. Right? So, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. He needs permission. Because when people talk about Satan, they go like he's all powerful. No, there's spiritual laws in place. Put in place. And the Lord, hold on, he said he will curse you to your face. So what's the whole goal? As the individual that came up to me earlier, what did he say? It's to have consent. So Satan, what does Satan want you to do? Tap out. Tap out. He wants you to curse the Father for everything that's happening. So that means Satan could use persecution to have you turn your back on the Lord. That's what's going on. That's why I've had a lot of people tell me as well, give up, just give up. Give up. No, we're not going to give up. Lord willing, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep on going. All right? And it says, Baba Kishar, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. That's what the Lord said unto Satan. He's in thy hand, but save his life. Don't kill him. You can do anything. He's in your hand, man. So he was given permission to do all types of things with Job. He's in your hand. He's in your palm. But just don't take his life. I'm going to make sure you don't do that as well. That's spiritual laws, man, in place. So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot even unto his crown. So now Job had boils upon his skin, and boils is like an inflammation. So Satan was given permission to mess with his flesh. He had boils on his on his flesh, inflammation. And he sat down among the ashes. He was scraping himself with potsherd among the ashes. Can you imagine that? The pain, the suffering. Most people would just give up. Just after the first persecution, most people just give up, pack it in. And they already sold their souls. And it says, man, check this out. Then said his wife unto him, didn't get any better. Does that still retain thine integrity? So Satan jumped on his wife now. This happens as well, where anyone that's compromised, Satan can use them. So Satan jumped into Job's wife. You still retain that integrity? In other words, do you still believe? Curse God and die. That's Job's wife. So now you're seeing the elements of how these spirits can jump in and use certain people around you to discourage you. She said, curse the Most High and die. I'm sure she wasn't saying that when Job had all them goodies coming in. Because women are like that as well. Women are like that. You're living good, they want to be with you. And as soon as something bad happens, nah, curse God and die. So that's what Job's wife was saying. She gave up on him. But we're not supposed to give up. We're supposed to be men of faith. Men of faith, man. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of those foolish women. You sound foolish. What, shall we receive good at the hand of God? Who? Just good. You're not going to receive just good. Right? You're not going to receive just good. At the hand of God, and shall not we receive evil. So you're going to receive good and evil. You're going to receive both. Good and evil. In all this did not Job sin with his lips. All this was happening, still did not sin. Because the whole goal was to get Job to sin. Right? So you got to understand, this is the condition of the battle. Bro, it's basically a whole society that are basically juiced in. And because they're juiced in, because they don't have any integrity, they're being used to come up against those that have this truth and that are not compromised. So what are you going to do? Go and tap out. You're going to give in. Because if you do, that means you're not going to be saved. Now I understand why it's so precious, this word and salvation. Now I understand why. Because you actually have to fight for salvation. You've got these people walking past like zombies, man. You have to fight for salvation. Fight for it. Literally. Spiritually. So I'm going to shut off here. Lord, when this was edifying. And until the next time, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.